Before we embark on the epic journey of comparing the life and legacies of Genghis Khan and Alexander the Great, we'd like to remind you to show your support for our channel. If you enjoy deep dives into historical figures and events, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Get ready for a monumental showdown between two of the greatest conquerors in history, right after a brief introduction. Stay tuned for Genghis Khan versus Alexander the Great, Titans of History Compared. Two of history's greatest conquerors, Genghis Khan and Alexander the Great, but how do they compare? Join us on a journey through time as we delve into the lives, battles, and legacies of these two titans of history. Welcome to Genghis Khan versus Alexander the Great, Titans of History Compared. Born to the rugged steppes of Mongolia, Genghis Khan, and in the heart of ancient Macedonia, Alexander. Two titans of history whose early lives couldn't have been more different. In the harsh landscapes of Mongolia, around the year 1162, a child named Temujin, later known as Genghis Khan, was born into a world of tribal warfare. He would grow up to unite the Mongol tribes, transforming a disparate group of nomads into a formidable military force. His remarkable ability to rally his people under a single banner marked the beginning of his ascent to power, and the formation of the Mongol Empire, the largest contiguous land empire in history. Across the world and centuries earlier in 356 BC, a boy named Alexander was born into Macedonian nobility. Unlike Genghis Khan, Alexander was tutored by Aristotle, one of the greatest philosophers of the time, who instilled in him a love for knowledge and a fascination with the cultures of the world. Alexander's path to power was a little less rocky. When his father, King Philip II, was assassinated, Alexander inherited the throne. He was just 20 years old. Despite their vastly different backgrounds, both leaders demonstrated extraordinary military prowess from a young age. Genghis Khan, through his tactical genius and unifying power, created an empire that spanned from China to Eastern Europe. Meanwhile, Alexander, with his innovative military strategies and charismatic leadership, conquered lands from Greece to Egypt and as far east as India, creating one of the largest empires of the ancient world. Their early lives and ascension to power, though starkly different, set the stage for their remarkable military campaigns. Their conquests would leave a lasting impact on the world, changing the course of history and shaping civilizations for centuries to come. Both ascended to power at a young age, shaping history forever. Though from different eras and geographies, both Genghis Khan and Alexander the Great excelled in battlefield tactics, creating conquests that wrote their names in the annals of history. Let's start with Alexander, who was a master of the phalanx formation, a military strategy developed by his father, Philip II. This formation was a wall of spears, a shielded infantry that moved in unison, creating an impenetrable force. Alexander also maximized the effective use of his cavalry, often leading the charge himself. This combination of infantry and cavalry was a game-changer at battles such as the one at Gaugamela, where despite being outnumbered, Alexander's forces overwhelmed the Persian army, leading to the fall of the Achaemenid Empire. On the other hand, Genghis Khan, hailing from the rugged steppes of Mongolia, brought a different set of tactics to the battlefield. His army was composed primarily of horse archers, a mobile force that could strike with deadly accuracy and then retreat before the enemy could respond. But it wasn't just about physical warfare for Genghis Khan. He was also a master of psychological warfare, using fear as a weapon. He would often send a small force to attack, then fake a retreat, drawing the enemy into a trap where the main Mongol force lay in wait. This tactic was effective in the battle against the Khwarezm Empire, leading to one of his greatest victories. Now, if we look at the empires at their peaks, we see two vast territories born out of these battlefield tactics. Alexander's empire stretched from Greece in the west to Egypt in the south and as far east as India. It was a vast expanse of diverse cultures and peoples, unified under the Macedonian banner. Genghis Khan's empire, however, was even more extensive. It stretched from Eastern Europe to the Sea of Japan, from Siberia in the north to the Arabian Peninsula and Southeast Asia in the south, making it the largest contiguous land empire in history. Their unique tactics led to the creation of vast empires, demonstrating the power of strategic innovation. Despite the differences in their approaches, both Genghis Khan and Alexander the Great left indelible marks on the world, their military prowess shaping the course of history. Their leadership styles were as distinct as their personalities, each leaving a unique footprint in the sands of time. Alexander the Great, the Macedonian king, was known for his strategy of Hellenization. He founded cities, many of them bearing his name, and spread Greek culture far and wide. Alexander desired not only to conquer but also to create a blend of cultures under his rule. His approach to governance was one of unity through cultural synthesis. On the other side of the world, Genghis Khan, the Mongol emperor, had a different approach. He established a clear administrative system, a kind of postal service known as the yam, and a code of laws known as yasa. The Khan valued merit over lineage, promoting those who showed skill and loyalty. His empire was marked by religious tolerance, a stark contrast to many empires of the time. He preferred to leave the conquered with their customs and beliefs intact, as long as they paid tribute and obeyed his laws. Despite their different styles, both leaders were effective in their governance. They managed vast territories and diverse peoples, maintaining control and relative peace during their reigns. Their governance left a profound impact on their respective empires. Beyond their military conquests, they both significantly influenced the cultures they ruled. Alexander the Great, spreading Greek culture far and wide, ushered in the Hellenistic period. This was a time of cultural fusion, where Greek thought mingled with the diverse traditions of the conquered lands, leading to remarkable advancements in art, science, and philosophy. Cities like Alexandria in Egypt became melting pots of this new cosmopolitan culture. Alexander's legacy was not just in the territory he conquered, but also in the cultural exchange he facilitated. The spread of the Greek language during his reign facilitated communication and trade across vast regions. This Hellenistic influence would later play a significant role in shaping the Roman Empire, and by extension, Western civilization. On the other side of the world, Genghis Khan, despite his reputation as a ruthless conqueror, played a pivotal role in connecting the East and West, a contribution that arguably shaped the world as we know it today. His reign marked the start of the Pax Mongolica, a period of relative peace that allowed for increased trade and cultural exchange along the Silk Road. Under his rule, religious freedom was upheld and artistic and intellectual pursuits were encouraged. These policies, coupled with his creation of a postal system and a unified legal code, led to a flourishing of culture and knowledge across his empire. This period saw the East and West draw closer together, fostering a global interconnectedness that laid the groundwork for the modern world. Drawing on the words of historian Jack Weatherford, Genghis Khan's Mongol Empire in the 13th century was the foundation upon which the modern world was built. Similarly, historian Peter Green asserted that, without Alexander, the Hellenistic world, and our own, would have been immeasurably different. Their cultural legacies continue to echo through history. Their deaths resulted in power vacuums that led to the fragmentation of their empires. In the case of Alexander the Great, his sudden death in Babylon at the tender age of 32 left his vast empire without a clear successor. His generals, known as the Diadochi, plunged the empire into years of conflict, each vying for a piece of Alexander's conquests. On the other side of the world, Genghis Khan's death led to a similar power struggle. His sons and grandsons, each commanding their own portion of the Mongol Empire, found themselves at odds. The Yasa law, Genghis Khan's code of law, dictated that the Mongol Empire be divided among his sons, leading to the formation of several khanates. These succession struggles marked the beginning of the end for both empires. Yet, despite the divisions and infighting, the influence of these two titans did not wane. Their empires, though divided, left lasting footprints on the sands of time. In comparing these two titans of history, we traversed diverse landscapes of leadership, military prowess, and cultural impact. Genghis Khan and Alexander the Great, both formidable in their own right, charted distinct paths, their legacies continuing to shape and fascinate our world in profound ways. Now we turn the question to you. Share your insights, like and share our video. Join us for more historical comparisons, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. This video was created by our dedicated team. To all our contributors, historians, and researchers, we extend our deepest gratitude. Thank you for watching.